Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Up the Guts. We're continuing our season previews today, and we are up to the North Melbourne Football Club. If you're enjoying this series, please make sure to leave a like and comment and click that follow or subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube or listening via streaming platforms, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. But without further ado, let's get into this 2025 season preview of the Kangaroos. In 2024, the Kangaroos, under no surprise, finished 17th of the list they got, but they've decided they've gone in, and rather than go directly to the draft, they said, let's focus more on bringing in some experience. So they started off with that with Caleb Daniel from the Western Bulldogs, who could really play anywhere, could play midfield, could play forward, or he could play half-back, where he played a lot for the Western Bulldogs and was an All-Australian, I believe, down in that position at half-back. Uses the ball magnificently, but just fell out of favour of the Western Bulldogs, and he ended up losing a lot of trust. He was unsure why, so he decided a fresh start was needed, so he's made his way over to the Shinboners. Jack Darling was an interesting one they picked up from West Coast to help, obviously to bring him in to help Nick Larkey in that key position spot. They were probably hoping that Callum Coleman-Jones would have come on more than he has to help Nick Larkey in that position, but he hasn't, so they've gone in and fetched someone like Darling, which then will allow Charlie Compton to go back into the key defensive position where he shined last year when he was playing down there, but towards the end of the year did have to go down as a key forward, where he played all his juniors and was drafted as, but he had to go down there to help out Nick Larkey and take the load off. But he plays his best footy, well, last season we saw as a key defender, an intercepting defender. Next one, they brought in Jacob Constantine and Luke Parker from Sydney, which are good gets because Luke Parker played a bit of reserves footy at the Swans, then got suspended, but then when he came back, played as more of a forward, but has said in an interview that North Melbourne, he'll be playing purely as a midfielder, which is good to see. In the draft, with their pick 2, they picked up Finn O'Sullivan, which he is a game changer. He's a midfielder who kicks goals, so it'll be good for the North Melbourne. Matt Wimlock, they picked up with pick 27. Luke Urquhart with pick 57. And River Stevens with pick 67, but he's also a father's son after being the son of former captain of the club, Anthony Stevens. Now, outs. Jaden Stevenson has decided to walk away and call time on the game. Just never lived up to that hype after winning the Rising Star in 2018 for Collingwood. Hugh Greenwood also retired. Obviously came in, was a basketballer first in the NBL, then NBL I believe played, but he definitely played college basketball over in America. But obviously three clubs, Adelaide, Gold Coast, and North Melbourne, was just a fighter, and had a decent career. Liam Shields, who had a great career, obviously at Hawthorn, has retired. Blake Drury was delisted. We saw a couple of times. Hamish Free was delisted. Charlie Lazaro, they lost faith in, is also delisted. B.R. Nguyen, after only just getting traded from Richmond last season to North Melbourne, was delisted. Tyler Sellers delisted. Curtis Taylor, the small forward, was also delisted. And don't want to talk about this bloke, but Taron Thomas was also out of the side. Let's have a look at their list. Key defenders, they've got Aiden Core, Will Dawson, Griffin Logue will come back in and play a role there after hopefully he can keep his body right. Charlie Comben, as we mentioned, was really good last year when he was playing in that key defensive position. Matt Winlock, as they've drafted this year with pick 27, and Callum Dawson. Defenders, they've still got Harry Sheasel listed as defender, but he has that flexibility to go for the midfield as he did in the second half of the year, which I hope that's where he plays, because I liked him when he was hitting the scoreboard. Obviously, during his school footy years, he was playing as a forward midfielder, so hopefully he can play as a midfielder and then hit that scoreboard. Colby McKercher, Zach Fisher, Riley Hardman, Darcy Tucker, Miller Bergman, Josh Goda, Braden George, and Jackson Archer. Midfielder, Finn O'Sullivan, obviously they just drafted. Caleb Daniel is listed as a midfielder, so it'll be interesting to see how they use him. George Wardlow, injury in the preseason, so we'll see what game he comes back. Bailey Scott, the wingman. LDU, big season for LDU. Jai Simpkin looked back into form I'm recording this on Sunday, so last night's Indigenous All-Stars game against Fremantle, had 30 disposals, kicked a goal and 10 clearances. Came back after the hit from Jimmy Webster, a bit shaken, and wasn't quite at the great standards we know Jai Simpkin, which is fair enough because it was a big hit, but last night in the All-Stars game looked like he was back to the Jai Simpkin that we know, which is good to see. Luke Urquhart, who they've just picked up in the draft. Dylan Stevens, Geordie Payne, Tom Powell, who had some great games last year and some average games last year, so let's hopefully he can get some consistency footy together. Looks like a talent. Luke Parker, Will Phillips, and River Stevens. Now, rucks, they've only got the two. They've got Tristan Cherry, who came out of nowhere a bit last year, was probably the number 2 ruckman in the competition last year. Taylor Gord as well. But Tristan Cherry, not only with that, I think he laid the most tackles in the competition for the year. I'm pretty sure that's correct. He was laying tackles and getting clearances. That was what the key part about him was. Key forwards, obviously, Nick Larkin, never mentioned. They picked up Jack Darling. They picked up Bryn Teakle last year's mid-season draft, who we saw a bit, was hoping to take the load a bit off Nick Larkin. Callum Commel-Jones, we talked about, in Finbar Marley. Our forward, Zane Dersma, will only get better with more experience. Paul Curtis showed what they were talking about with the talent that he has last year. Had some games where he just really shined. Another one hoping to get some consistency footy together. Cam Zerha, Eddie Ford, Cooper Harvey, Jacob Constantine, and Robert Hanson Jr. Prediction in 2025, I predict the Kangaroos to finish in 16 spots. So moving up 1 spot from last year, but I just don't see them making a significant improvement. But look out for, I don't want to say it's a cop-out because he started off as a defender, and I'm hoping I mentioned he plays a bit more midfield forward time, and that's Harry Sheasel. Harry Sheasel looks like he's going to be a superstar. The way he uses the ball is beautiful, phenomenal. He doesn't waste a disposal, knows how to find the ball, and the fact is, in that second half of the year, was hitting the scoreboard, and he's so damaging in front of goal, which is why I think he needs to stay pretty much by to the half-back line. And they've still got him listed as defender on the website, but stay by to that and plays that midfield forward role where he can hit the scoreboard and be more damaging. Use that possession, use his beautiful use of the footy and his possession more up the field to set up goals and kick goals himself. In 2024, he played the 21 matches, averaged just tick under 30 disposals, and kicked the 14 goals, which would have come most of that came in the second half of the year when he moved into the midfield. Best game was round 5 v Geelong, where he had 38 disposals, going at 82% disposal efficiency, kicked the 1 goal, had 15 marks, and gathered 525 metres gained. Needs to leave. I've gone with Josh Goda. He was picked 22 in 2021. We've heard big raps about him, but he just can't seem to get his body right, or he can't seem to push selection. So now's the time. You've been in the system now. So he's picked up in 2021. So this will be coming into his third. 2024. This will be coming into his 4th season. So now's the time to start trying to cement yourself as a position on the game. Because as I've said with Connor Stone Connor Stone, that you can't hold out a list spot forever. He's a pick 22. They say he's got the talent. Let's start showing him, putting his foot on the park and pushing for that position, and hopefully helping that defence down there in the North Melbourne. Well, there you have it, guys. There is my season preview for the Kangaroos. I have them finishing around the 16th spot. Look out for Harry Sheasel to play that midfield and forward role, and he really use the ball to set up goals and impact the scoreboard. And needs to live. I've got Josh Goda to try and keep his body right and cement a consistent role in that back line. Thank you guys for listening. If you're enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like and comment on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you watch this on YouTube, and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss an upload. If you are listening to this via Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you hit the follow button. Leave a 5-star rating, which is very important, as it gets the show out there with a bit more exposure. And turn on the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. But that is it for today. Until next time, I'll see you guys then.